Well, if I was a betting man, I think they're going to manipulate the stock market to influence the election. And, right now, you can still see the major media is trying to throw barbs at Donald Trump. Not that I put 110% faith in the guy. I'm not going to go head over the heels. He's my hero. He's going to save the nation. Oh, God, you walk on water. But he's definitely a lot better than what we had running against him, with the exception of Jim Webb, the unknown candidate practically on the Democratic Party that was a former Vietnam veteran, Silver Star, Navy Cross, two Purple Hearts, Bronze Star, former Secretary of Navy, former senator from Virginia, and Harvard fellow and well-acclaimed publicist. He would have been a great freaking candidate on. And that would have, if he had gone on the Democratic ticket, I would have voted for him in a heartbeat, like JFK. But the Democratic Party just, I don't know what the hell is going on with the Democratic Party. Now Bernie, I don't really mind him too much, even though he calls himself a socialist. He's probably not a bad guy on the inside. I don't think he's too bad, but some people hate him. But I'm going with Donald, no matter who gets it. Even if Bernie beats Hillary. But let me say my point on this is that I think they're going to manipulate the stock market to influence the election. It has been statistically, this is very important, statistically, over the last 22 elections, 19 out of 22, when the markets have been, the last 3 months of the markets have, prior to the actual election, so you're talking like August, September, October, and maybe just, a week into November, about 90 days prior to the election, if the markets were going down, the incumbent party lost. If the markets were going up, talking about the last 3 months prior to the election, the markets were going up, the incumbent party won. So if the markets are going up, that's a better chance for Miss Hillary. And, obviously that's what they want. So we're probably not going to see the markets crash. If I'm guessing at this, I don't really know this for a fact, but it's like, is that not a decent hunch? By all means and all other, let's say, all other logic, the market should already be tumbling a long time ago. And maybe that's why the markets have been held up. Because strong market means better chance for the incumbent to win. And now we see clearly that Donald Trump has 1,238 delegates at this time, and we still didn't even get New Jersey and California in there, and I think there's a couple other states, but California's got a lot of electoral votes. New Jersey's a winner-take-all. He's going to slam dunk New Jersey. So he's going to be way over the threshold for 20. He's already won over the threshold, 1237. He's at 1238. He's going to be close to 1,500 delegates, so he is it. They don't want him though. I mean, he's gonna play ball with the establishment. I know that because he's always played ball with the establishment. But it's my prediction that they're gonna wait until, I guess, the markets really aren't gonna crash bad. And I would think this. I mean, I really, can I sit here and tell you I know the future? No. Okay. But is it not a logical assumption in light of the fact about the statistical analysis over the last 22 elections? You're talking 22 elections every 4 years. You're talking 88 years, right? So over 88 years, if the markets were going up in the last 3 months prior to the election, so now we're getting pretty close to the last 3 months, right? We're closing in on June, right? The markets were going up in the last 3 months prior to the election, so that would be August, September, October, because maybe there's only like a week in November. Then the incumbent party won. Almost every time. If the markets were going down from August, September, October, the incumbent party lost, and then the other party came in. So I don't think they're going to, I don't think, by all logical means, the market should already be coming down, but I'm seeing all these hints that They're talking about like, well, the first quarter didn't seem as bad as it should have been. I was like, okay, as I said initially, right? And they're throwing all these little bright spots in the economy. Like, I think it's BS. I don't want to put doldrums on this, but the problem is our economy sucks because of the Federal Reserve, because we got crony capitalism. If you want to just use that catch-all phrase, crony capitalism, all the money gets. You got money being printed left and right, no money being lended to true entrepreneurs, but it's all going into the too bigs to fail that don't do nothing except sit on it and invest it in assets that are investor class, basically, like the markets, and also like prime real estate in commercial areas, jewelry, even sometimes rare coins and rare cars and special types of houses that are in prime real estate. It's kind of like a repeat of what I said there, but asset price inflation in certain high investor class assets has been going up a lot over the years. That's where all the money's been going. Nothing's been going to infrastructure. Obama freaking blew the deal on that. But you're looking at how the major media spins. The CNN spin room. It's amazing how they'll take one word that Donald Trump might say about something, like it's so ludicrous. Like he might say, one little thing about a woman's dress. I don't think that a dress looks good on you. 10 years ago, he said something like that. They're bringing stuff like that up today. Not a damn thing about, Hillary Clinton going after women as much as Bill Clinton. Two sexual predators all the way, but they're gonna go after Trump for like saying, I don't think if you're gonna be a model, maybe you should lose weight or something. I don't know. So they're bringing stuff up like that. So obviously they're way against them, and I guess one of the last things they got, besides the media spin doctors, is to use the markets against him. And so, I could be totally flat out wrong about this, but do you agree with me? Being that the statistics have been that way, out of the last 22 elections, the markets have basically shown which, if it was the incumbent party was going to win or lose in 19 out of 22 times. What if the markets were going down in the 3 months prior to the election, the incumbent party lost. The markets were going up 3 months prior to the election, the incumbent party stayed in. So I think they got a lot of reason to keep the incumbent party in. Now, that might be good for Uma Aberdeen. I tell you the truth, it's amazing. I got no respect for anybody in the government anymore. All of them. It's like even the FBI that's investigating Hillary Clinton. It's like it's great that they're finally doing that right now, but I think it's really they're doing it because she betrayed them, not so much that she betrayed the American people or she broke the rules in the Constitution or violated this and that, and she's basically a scumbag. They're not doing it for that reason, but it's because she basically betrayed their security. I think that's a lot to do with it more than anything. Not that it's turning out to be the right thing to do, but they're kind of doing it not really because it's the right thing to do, but because she affected them. Now, you look at Uma Aberdeen, you look at Hillary. I can tell you, Uma Aberdeen really worked for her position, because that must have been a pretty awful thing to get in bed with Hillary. I can tell you that right now. Yuck. If you're a lesbian, you really want to go for somebody younger, more around your age, or an older woman. At least it's in good shape. That is a nasty woman, man. So anyway, but I think Hillary is on the way out, because if she was younger and more vibrant, she might get away with it. But she's a nasty hag, so there you go. And the only problem is that the Hildebeest, the alien from, I will call her Hildebeest, the alien from the outer reaches, I don't know what the hell you want to call her, gave birth. And unfortunately, the one she gave birth to, this is not even her real appearance, because she had so much plastic surgery, because, Chelsea Clinton is really one homely looking thing. I never knew how much plastic surgery she got until I looked at her before and after pictures, and I was like, wow, she looks pretty damn good now. I can tell you that honestly, but she is really like another Hillary. She thinks she's God on earth. She's high and mighty. She's a phony. Um, and she's going to be around for a long period of time too because she's well connected. So I don't know. I tell you the truth. Um, one thing I really hope that crashes is the U.S. government, state level, local level, county level, the whole damn 9 yards, because I think that's 99% of the problem in the United States. We don't need these people, man. This is ridiculous. We don't need them. I mean, I don't know what they do, man. I mean, they're fed by us, and they screw us over. That's really what they do. So I can tell you, I really do think the end is near. Probably is. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it seems, implausible now. I know there's been doomsday people talking about this for a long time, but it's like anything, It's like sometimes how high can high go, and you're thinking the higher it's going, you're thinking, well, it sounds ludicrous that the end can be near. Well, I mean, the end of not everything, but the end of freaking big government, where it can be funded by the people, because there's so many people that are being paid by the government, and there's so many people that are actually being helped by the government. It's fueling the freaking debt to like astronomical levels. Like the debt of the United States is going up like a hockey stick. It's the hockey stick. The curve is not going up like a smooth straight curve. It's gone vertical. So I don't. I think if Trump gets in, I mean, he's going to probably be the administration that's going to be in during the collapse, and they're probably going to do everything they can to make him look bad. And he might be a one-term president, and they'll get some real radical freaking piece of crap in after Trump gets in. And it's kind of like his campaign slogan, "Make America Great Again." I don't know. You can't really have a president do that. I mean, a president can't make America great. The only thing a president can do is get rid of the damn government, and we the people make America great. That's really what it comes down to. Like we were looking at the stock market, and the stock market started crashing. You think the government actually is making those numbers, the Federal Reserve and all that, they're making these numbers go up. But the reality of the situation is, like, if you're looking at the real hardcore data, if you took out all the web bots that are trading with each other and all the other phony trades that are going on, the fake shorts on the commodities to hold the commodities down, if they took all that stuff out and they just let the real market function, the reality of the situation could only be changed by the actual economic output and production of goods and services of the people themselves. Because the government is basically like overhead. It's like carrying stuff in your trunk of your car, man. You might want to have a spare tire, a battery charger, and or battery cables, and some extra water, but you don't want to carry like 3 tons of stuff in your car, in the back of your car, and try to drive. And that's to say the car is your economy. That's what we got going on today. We got so much government, it's freaking killing everything. We don't, the government doesn't make anything go. So, but I think they're really going to use the manipulation of the stock market to try to get Hillary in office. That's what they're going to try to do. Now, actually, you say Hillary got knocked out of the loop before November. Is that going to happen? Probably not. I don't think so. But say she did, I think that would put the elite in between a rock and a hard place, because even though I'm not a fan of Bernie, Bernie, I know he talks about giving free school to everybody and all. You know what? I mean, as ludicrous as that sound, I mean, if they cut back on the F-35 freaking spend program with that new jet they're trying to freaking create that has been having problems for umpteen years, they probably could freaking put everybody to college, with no problem, But leave that out of the equation. At least Bernie is actually, he does talk about all the money we waste on the International Monetary Fund and the United Nations. I mean, he's not. I know some people actually think Bernie's better than Hillary, but I don't see that. But I mean, Hillary's better than Bernie, I meant to say. But I meant to say Hillary's better. Some people say Hillary's better than Bernie, but I don't see that at all. Like, I think now that, you know, they're going to do everything in their power to manipulate the outcome of this election with the stock markets. Then, when Donald Trump gets in office, it might not be right after the election, it might not be right after your inauguration, but sometime, I'd say, in his first year, 2017, the bottom is going to fall out of the markets. And you know what that coincides with, interestingly enough? The 100-year anniversary of Fatima, Portugal, is when Mary, the Immaculate Mary, the mother of Jesus, appeared to the three children at Fatima, Portugal, which was October 17th, 1917. And she made a number of predictions that came true. Now, there's no prediction about the 100-year anniversary, but, she does talk about even more severe things that could possibly happen in the future. And I don't know, maybe I just got a little bit of suspicion about the 100-year anniversary. So Trump's going to be presiding over some really tough times. Problem is, I don't know how, I don't think he's screwed up, but, really, I mean, he might not be perfect, but nobody is. But the problem is, I don't know how many people are really going to stick with it and stick with him, stick with the program, and realize that when things are going bad, they're just trying to make Trump look bad. Because if the markets fall out in 2017, I'm going to tell you right now, that's a game. That's a game. Just like I think they're going to keep the markets high all the way up through November at least to try to get Hillary in office. I don't think it's going to work, though. I don't think it's going to work at all. So, just my 2 cents on this. Hopefully, I don't know, do you agree or not agree? I mean, does that seem to be fairly logical? Because that's what's happened over the last 88 years. The markets have pretty much helped vastly to determine if the incumbent stays in, the incumbent party stays in, or the incumbent party goes out. So, I think that's the next thing they're going to do besides the major media. So anyway, over and out, and just some food for thought.